Помоги, браток. Пристрели, не могу больше. Значит, подходит, пристреливает. Идут дальше, я слышал. Спасибо, браток. Стой!
Эй, браток, что такое?
Авария была.
Иди, помоги водителю. Водителю помоги. Иди правее.
Чувак, ты жив? Как ты? Всё нормально? Нормально.
Здесь! Открой багажник.
Вот они, вот они, вот они.
Вот она, красавица.
А, хорошая разведка, Сергей, а?
Спасибо полковнику Грачеву!
Лена, внученька! Леночка, деточка, завяжи шнурочек, а то упадешь.
Я смотрю, у вас новая армия.
Они не слушаются.
Солдаты сегодня тоже не подчиняются. Ваш отец не узнал бы родной армии.
Ничего, меня такая армия устраивает.
Дедушка, завяжи на мой снова.
Моя зеля ты. Ты моя шутка, давай.
У меня хорошие новости, товарищ генерал.
Смотри, как.
По поводу того предателя, который так и остался не раскрыт.
Our war is over, Colonel.
How many operations did he sabotage? How many agents did he cost us? You would have been field marshal.
Поцелуй дедушку. Любовь моя. Иди гуляй.
We couldn't find him when he was under our nose. How will you expect to find him now?
Because now we have the West helping us. An American reporter is writing an article. I have talked to him. I told him what I know. Why not? In Washington, some people are doing the same. Freedom of information.
And this information will deliver our traitor?
I will, sir. To you, personally. Sir.
6 hours ago, Moscow Station received an emergency signal. It's old commo plan, but it's valid.
How old?
15 years. It's from an agent who's afraid he's going to be exposed. A mole we ran in Soviet military intelligence.
General Bardin.
You know him?
He was my operative.
Well, if he's caught, sir, he'll be executed.
За ваше здоровье, товарищ генерал.
In the early 1980s, we were putting intermediate-range nuclear missiles in West Germany. We knew the Soviets didn't like it, but we didn't know how much till General Badin told me.
You were in Moscow.
Soviets were planning a surprise attack to take out our missiles.
We moved some, fortified some, prepared to launch some, and made sure the Soviets knew it. It's not much of an overstatement to say that the information General Badin gave me may have prevented World War III.
Now the Washington Globe is about to break the story.
Harry Salazar?
Mm-hmm. Asking questions all over town.
And you're afraid he'll dig up your agent?
More like bury him. The general's retired. He lives in the country with his daughter and his grandchildren. His protege, Colonel Grachev, has been hot on the trail of their mole for years.
If Salazar gets even part of this story, it'll give Grachev what he needs to fill in the blanks on his side.
You know how Russian military intelligence executes traitors? Feeds them into a furnace.
This was taken 2 days ago at a terrorist training camp in the Bekaa Valley in Lebanon. Look at these two. You know who they are?
Nope.
That's a problem.
Yeah. Two guys in cheap suits hanging out on the sidelines. Doesn't track. Until you look at the toys.
AK-47s?
108s. Plastic still shiny, they're brand new. And they got to this camp same day those guys did.
Все довольны товаром?
Да, конечно.
Всем заплатили?
Полностью.
Killing the soldiers was not necessary.
He could have identified us.
So can I. Where is my money?
He's coming.
Coming. When? I checked my account this morning, nothing. It's been over 2 weeks.
It's going to be there.
That's what you said the last time. I'm beginning to have concerns about you, Sergei.
Oh, you're concerned about everyone. Colonel sees traitors everywhere.
What did you do that for?
Сержант, арестуйте его за убийство.
Ты арестуешь меня?
На склад.
Ты не получишь деньги!
Давай, двигайся.
Ты не получишь деньги!
We appreciate your coming.
Didn't think I could pass it up.
So how much do you know about the CIA?
Just what I read in the papers.
Don't you write what you read in the papers?
No, not about the CIA.
What about West Germany, 1984?
What about it?
Missile crisis that almost led to nuclear war.
How do you know what I'm writing?
This is the CIA, Mr. Salazar. If you're not careful what you write, there'll be negative repercussions for national security.
It's a 17-year-old story about an enemy that doesn't exist anymore. Right?
As you know, the agency is much more open with the press than it used to be. There are current operations that we're prepared to talk about. If we trust, a reporter will exercise a little discretion.
And I can show you I'm trustworthy by taking a story that I've been working on for 6 months and, what, killing it?
No. But you probably do want a comment from us. And we'll give you one. If you let us know what it is that we're commenting on.
By showing you my story before it's printed.
There may be something innocuous in there. We would just make suggestions.
Suggestions?
Kids, Daddy has a present.
Does it have caffeine in it?
It's a new networking program. I'm having it installed in all our computers as we speak.
What does it network?
Us. It'll allow everyone in the department to access more easily what his or her neighbor is doing.
Like he's not already looking over my shoulder.
Oh, you have a problem with that?
One of the hallmarks of this agency is compartmentalization. For security reasons, the right hand is rarely told what the left is doing. But we're artists who can surely be trusted to share our crayons.
Joshua, can you run some faces for me? Get me some background on these guys.
Where was this taken?
Baca Valley. We're thinking arms dealers.
Okay, let's test the system. Run profiles on these two men simultaneously. First one to get a name gets a big kiss from Ms. Diallo.
Maybe you should give me a head start.
Mr. Callan! Arcadi, he's getting ready to give up on you. Sell your seat to a scalper.
And I was giving up on you.
I'm here.
Not on you personally. The CIA. What will you trade me for my information this time? Money? Women? Basketball tickets. Excellent. I'm seduced. How can I help you this evening?
I need whatever you have on General Alexei Badian and Colonel Ilya Grachev.
I know them well. Let me tell you about them.
Carl, I worked up a profile on General Badin and Colonel Grachev. Grachev practically grew up with the general and moved with him all around Eastern Europe. Badin gave him his first promotions, taught him how to ferret out traitors.
This may not be needed.
Oh?
Nope. Had the reporter in here today. Smothered him with kindness.
Oh, what'd you do? You offer to show him our secret UFO files if he killed his story?
Not quite, but it looks like he might play.
Carl. Early edition. Tomorrow's paper.
World War almost, when the missiles nearly flew.
He'd already filed a damn story. Anything in here about General Badin?
No. But this is just part one. Part two, how we knew how the Russians would react. Coming soon.
He was called the Butcher. Grachev was his protege. They called him the Baker.
Because they catered fabulous dinner parties?
No, these were not nice people. The Soviets knew they had a mole in their ranks. General Badin led the hunt to find him. Colonel Grachev did his dirty work.
The Baker?
Furnace.
Grachev did the honors, but General Badin was complicit in several of these executions. Are we sure this is a guy that we really care about saving?
Jackson. By implicating others, General Badin saved himself.
By planting false evidence that loyal Russian officers were traitors. These men were innocent.
Innocent of what? Working for us? We were the good guys, remember?
Well, I'm not saying that they weren't the enemy, sir.
By saving himself, General Badin served us. We owe him. I owe him.
Have you learned anything new from your American sources?
Yeah. Did you read part one of my article?
On the internet, yes. Next, you will be writing about intelligence matters, possible spies.
Yes. But there's still some things I'm not too clear on. Do you mind if I ask you a couple of questions right now?
Certainly. But it would help if I understood the context. What have you learned in Washington?
What was that?
Maybe you should call me back in a little while.
Sure. Listen, thanks again for all your help.
Since our efforts to derail the reporter have failed, we need to plan for exfiltration for the general. The Finnish border looks like the best bet. Joshua, how soon can you prepare a package?
How soon do you need one?
Well, maybe there's still something that we can do about this reporter. If I can find out
It
who the source
seems
is, maybe I can
A
go.
little late for that. Joshua, get to work.
Aye, sir. Our subject today is General Alexei Badin, formerly of the Red Army, more recently benefactor of the little village of his retirement. This is the most recent photograph we have of the good general, taken 3 years ago when he broke the ground for a medical clinic. This is an old photochemical process, so we will have plenty of grain and pixelation issues to deal with in creating his documents. We'll be exfiltrating the general across the Finnish border at Svietogorsk. He will be posing as a Finnish salesman of cell phones. We'll need the usual documents and pocket litter, a Finnish day runner for this year with verifiable hotel reservations and meetings from his sales trip to Russia.
I'm hacked into the Hotel Central in Cherpovitz.
Excellent.
What kind of room do you think he had?
Single, smoking.
They're all smoking.
Looks like he made some really crappy deals in Smolensk.
Well, he's been a salesman for 10 years. Oh, his heart just wasn't in his job like it used to be.
Nice touch. We also need to create an identity for our Finn. Driver's license, family photo with wife digitally inserted.
For you?
Yeah.
We needed a photo shoot for this?
For the Russian border guard at the Svietogorsk crossing. lives with his mother, but has an intense interest in less maternal types. So if that guard decides to search our general, I'm sure they'll be able to make some kind of arrangement. I've learned from experience, if you want to capture someone's attention, play to their vices.
Hey.
Hey. Serial numbers on those AK-108s are from a batch made by Ishmash in Ichevsk, Russia, for shipment to the Chechen front. They never made it. What do you have on the cheap suits?
Russian mafia out of Moscow. Ivan Nogorov and Sergei Kropotkin. Mid-level mobsters, service accounts, pickups and deliveries.
Pick it from the army and deliver to the terrorists. We could trace a chain on these guys.
Here's a start. Kropotkin with his friend in the army.
General. How are you, sir?
Taking the day off?
I was dealing with a personnel problem, insubordination.
Out of uniform?
Had to do with a little business I have on the side.
Ilya, the things we did in the old days, we did to save our country.
The reporter I told you about has published his first article, sir, from his newspaper's website.
But I don't see anything about our traitor.
Not yet.
Carl. I took a second look at Salazar's article. It was pretty clear he had to have at least one Russian source.
Grachev.
Right.
Yeah, he's manipulating this. He's helping Salazar solve the puzzle.
Plus some old State Department desk guys and some stuff from us under the Freedom of Information Act. And
You tracking his sources? Pierce told you it was too late for that.
some of the stuff, the details that Salazar knew. He had to have at least one source inside the agency.
Jackson, where are you going with this?
I ran some crosstabs. What Salazar knows, who here knows what, who was where, when. I know who talked to him.
Carl. You talked to him. Who? Salazar, the reporter. You put him onto the Germany story. You put him on the General Badin, then you sent me to try to shut him down without giving me a clue.
If you had a clue, would you have been more successful?
Why did you want me to shut him down? Was it to protect an agent or to keep anyone from figuring out that you were giving a reporter classified information?
You think I'm working this to save my own ass?
You talked to Salazar.
And the last time I saw him, I tried the same thing you did. Take it easy on this one, we'll make it worth your while. Turns out, I'm as lousy a salesman as you are. It's a good thing for both of us we have government jobs.
Why'd you do it?
Because the enemy this agency was organized to fight has gone away. We have different enemies now, Carl. To get the support we need from Capitol Hill, I meet with reporters from time to time, and I tell our old war stories about battles we won, about our secret victories that don't do us a damn bit of good in the public relations wars if nobody but us knows about them.
You talked to Salazar about Germany.
I did. Without mentioning General Badin. But Salazar did a little enterprise reporting on his own. I underestimated him. And may have killed the best agent I ever had.
Помоги я брать посуду. Пожалуйста. Što mi je boci još papa? Może ti još čaju?
Tanya, I want to show you something.
Почему ти говориш по-английски?
Kids, Carol. Sit. Please. Your mother and I set a bank account for you when you were a little girl.
$870,000. But how did you get this, Papa?
It's in your name. So is the deed for this house.
You're scaring me, Papa.
Don't be scared. Don't cry.
The General has requested an L pill.
L for lethal.
Yeah. In case your free strip club pass doesn't work. Better than the furnace.
Ran name traces on your Russian mobsters. We got visa applications, airline tickets, placing them in Syria, Yemen, and the Sudan.
The Russian mob in cahoots with the Russian military, dealing state-of-the-art weapons to every hothead west of Delhi.
Can you trace the money?
Yep, got bank records coming in, so we'll check on transfers and, see who's selling, who exactly is buying, and...
Going up?
Hey, Matt.
Matt?
I'll see you later.
What time does the General leave?
Should be on his way anytime now.
Pierce must be relieved.
I don't know what he is.
What do you mean?
He started this. He's the one who talked to that reporter.
Pierce? That's crazy.
I know. I think he thought that he could manage him. I think that he wanted to get some good press for the agency.
It's a dangerous way to go about it.
Maybe he knows something that we don't. Maybe there's a plan.
To do what?
I really want to thank you for seeing me.
Brazil nut?
No, thank you.
This conversation is on deep background.
That's fine.
No attribution, not even to informed sources.
It's fine. I'm just trying to understand a few things.
Germany, in the 1980s. You want to know our intelligence capabilities there.
Yeah, when you were running the CIA.
Whom have you spoken to?
I can't tell you that.
Colonel Grachev? I see his fingerprints all over your article.
I've interviewed a lot of people from both sides of the Cold War.
You're not denying it.
Am I going to get to ask any questions?
I'm due at Senator Howe's reception in 14 minutes. You can have 6 of them.
Did we have a spy in Russia?
Many.
One that was of particular help during the German missile crisis.
It wasn't a crisis, it was handled.
Is this going to count as one of my 6 minutes?
Yes.
How did the Russians react to the upgrading of our Pershing 1 missiles near the Fulda Gap?
That particular project is still classified.
But the Russians knew about it.
No, the Russians didn't know about it. That information was limited to the people here. We have an inside source.
Someone who was directly involved.
Well, then how about the upgrading of the Pershing missiles in general?
No. It was Pierce, wasn't it? Trying to sell the agency like soap. Pierce.
You know I can't talk about this.
You don't have to.
A signal has been put up for General Body, telling him to check his dead drop, where he'll find coded instructions for his escape. He has to move soon. He knows that. No давай.
Cadetti, capitani. Valo.
The general will arrive at the Finnish border around 3 p.m. If all goes well, he'll pass through and be greeted by one of our own. Then taken to an apartment in Helsinki. Once he's out of the country, he'll never be able to return.
The nest is empty.
No one's reporting an arrest. Nothing on the news in Moscow.
He didn't want to be recruited.
Sir?
Badin always put his family first.
He didn't make it. Our people in Russia are looking for him.
Was he caught? Or did he?
We don't know.
Surveillance past the Dhaka. Volvo's parked a kilometer away. Man on the porch. It's him.
He's at home.
Stop Salazar.
Morning. I have a mocha cappuccino, skinny goose the phone, please.
Regular or decaf?
Пожалуйста, перестань. Пожалуйста, перестань.
Сержант, никто из этих людей ездил в Берлин и в Москву летом 84-го. 3 числа.
Полковник Ростов, майор Заркова. Есть, товарищ командир.
Сержант. И генерала Бадина тоже.
Есть, товарищ полковник.
Patrice, photos from the other day. Cheap suits with the Russian officer. Take a look at this. Grachev. Wasn't he in this stack? Yep. There he is.
You have proof that he's involved with the Russian mob.
Yes, it's solid.
Good, good. I want everything you have.
Why?
General is a very important asset to us. Grachev is about to bring him down. We can use your information to discredit Grachev and protect General.
No.
No?
We're still developing information. We can't let the bad guys know we're onto them.
There's a man's life at stake.
There are thousands of lives at stake. We've established a link between Russian military and Middle East terrorists, and you're just gonna throw that away?
Find another way in.
There won't be one. You go public with this, everyone will run for cover.
What is your proof exactly?
A Swiss bank account worth more than $1 million?
Almost the same amount as we paid Biden.
Carl, what if there was a way?
A way that we could nail Grachev and still protect your operation.
What are we doing?
Having fun with other people's money. Colonel Grachev doesn't realize it yet, but he made a small fortune spying for the CIA.
He did?
No, but we want people to think that. Others that may pry into his personal affairs. There's his Swiss bank account number. Once you're in, Terry, you will need to change his account history to show deposits from Hampshire Air Freight between 1982 and 1990.
I'm in. What's the password?
Exactly.
Can you do this?
Watch me. 30 seconds until the bank knows we're in. They need a 9-digit password.
19 seconds.
That beats a gag.
15 seconds.
Oh, speed it up a little.
8 seconds. 1 second.
Coming to you. You want a soda? Let me know when you're ready to upload.
Yes, for the main course, I'll have the culotte.
Hey, Arkady, what you doing after lunch?
What?
Hello, Mr. Salazar?
Yeah, who is this?
I've been reading your articles. They're very enlightening. I believe I have information that will make them more so.
Who are you?
Arkady Borovinsky, First Secretary, Embassy of Kazakhstan, formerly with the Soviet military intelligence.
Okay. What's your information?
I know what happened in 1984, and I know who was the American spy.
So do I. Can read all about it in tomorrow's paper.
You sure you know?
Sure enough.
I think you would find my information illuminating.
Look, you can tell your friends at the CIA that I'm not buying.
But it's cheap. Only $5,000?
You're selling the information?
I'm told this is a capitalist country. Was I misinformed?
Look, this isn't a scandal sheet, pal. We don't pay for stories.
Sorry.
Don't be. You know what he's doing right now?
Making inquiries that will get me shot.
He's checking you out, discreetly. Let's give him another little tidbit.
Your agency make this?
Sharper image catalog.
Hello?
Hampshire Air Freight made payments to Ilya Grachev.
If that's what the document said?
Can we meet in 15 minutes?
Nope. Not if you don't pay for the stories.
We pay for consultants, okay? We'll work something out.
Kenilworth Grill. What's Hampshire Air Freight?
It's an old CIA cover outfit. Everybody knows that.
I didn't.
Borovinsky met Salazar. Gave him our goods.
When does he go to press?
Midnight.
You were everything I wanted to be.
I told you, that war is over.
My people, our people, are here to arrest you.
Генерал Бадин, извините, пожалуйста, мы вас нашли без нотиции. Нам надо говорить об важном деле страны. Вы под арестом, полковник Грачев.
Что? Что? Вы здесь, чтобы арестовать генерала?
Вы обвиняетесь в государственной измене.
Это генерал настоящий изменник. Не я, это он. Что вы делаете? Освободите меня! Это генерал настоящий изменник. Не я, это он. Что вы делаете? Освободите меня! Что вы делаете? Освободите меня!
Ordinarily, we don't like our products to make the front page. But in this case, it's only good news. We have confirmed reports that Colonel Grachev has been taken into custody and General Badin is safe with his family. Let's hear it for the art department.
The Russians checked Grachev's bank account and found the trail that we left. He's been arrested as a spy, which
cuts off one source of arms, but doesn't tip the other dealers that you're on to them.
See what happens when you do things our way?
Good morning, Carl.
Oh, Mr. Quinn. What are you doing here?
Sorry to barge in like this, but it seemed appropriate that we speak in person and in private.
Is anything wrong?
No, no. Actually, it may turn out to be a banner day. Have you spoken to Pierce?
I was just on my way into his office. His door was closed.
He's probably on the phone with the president. I suspect he'll be on his way to the White House any time now.
Daily brief's not for another 2 hours.
Right. Tell me, Carl, are you happy with your current position?
Yes.
No qualms?
Are you offering me a new job?
No. I'm offering you your current one.
I don't think I understand.
Pierce is finished. The president has lost confidence in him.
Who told you that?
The president. He's asked me to run the agency on an interim basis until a new DCI is appointed. I hope you'll stay on. I could use your support at a difficult time like this.
Does Pierce know?
Not yet. Soon.
Early meeting, sir?
Late night.
Tough when we lose an agent, sir. I feel sorry for that guy, Grachev.
So do I.